Welcome back to your Weather on the Ones. Meteorologist Mallory Nichols here with meteorologist Maureen McCann. We have an active scenario starting to set up across Central Florida. The rest of the day, we could be seeing some pretty rough conditions.
Tornado watch has been issued in conjunction with the Storm Prediction Center. This tornado watch is in effect until 2 p.m., but we think that the greatest threat is going to be over the next couple of hours.
Are you guys injured?
Yeah.
Looks like you are. All right. We've got help on the way. Gonna need fire units over at C3. I've got 4 injured subjects, and there are probably more at this point.
We had a tornado hit campus at 9:12 this morning after a tornado warning about 10 minutes prior. We had damage simulated on scene. We had police response from the UCF Police Department, followed by Emergency Management and Orange County Fire Rescue. And then what they did when they formed Unified Command was assess the scenario, develop the situation, and then brought in those other UCF resources that they needed to accomplish the missions at hand. To that end, we had our hazmat teams deploy from Environmental Health and Safety. We had our facilities and safety personnel conducting damage assessments. Within that scope, we had facilities planning and construction doing damage assessments. We had CS&T from communications, telecom doing their damage assessments. We had utilities and energy services that were doing shutdowns to ensure that there was no hazardous materials leaks beyond what was already out. And we had housing, we had maintenance, we had everybody come together at the command post in order to do that infrastructure side. We had counselors that were providing psychological support to the victims of the tornado. We had our student health services who worked with Orange County Fire Rescue to divert some of the lightly injured patients away from hospitals into that care facility so that they could develop their plan going forward. Meanwhile, back at the EOC, we were conducting support operations for the campus, notifying the campus of what was going on with the incident, creating that infrastructure support that was necessary to go out to the scene, and then we transitioned from the response into the short-term recovery. We set up a shelter for those personnel impacted by the tornado. So they walked to Rec and Wellness where we had the shelter set up, but once they were there, they received additional counseling, they got a hot meal, pizza provided by SDES, and water, and were able to take stock of what had happened and assess the situation. When we came back to the Emergency Operations Center, we conducted an informal after-action review process for all the participants that were here at the EOC and on scene. Controllers and evaluators gave them a series of questions to determine how everybody performed, what our capability gaps were, and where we did well and we want to sustain whatever we did to get there. When that was concluded, everybody had an opportunity to submit their feedback so that we can write the after-action report and get that out to everybody within 30 days while everything is still fresh.
So the importance of exercise is to build relationships and to maintain those relationships, and we're going to continue doing that as we move on through the future.